Hello again and welcome back for part 3 of the Corylus throw. The next part of the crochet along will be these rows here. Obviously you can see that I'm using a different blanket. I'm working two at the same time to make doing the videos a little bit easier. So we've finished part 2 on this row here. We're going to now start and work these rows here with the popcorns. On this version I've done each row in a different colour, but on the one that I'm going to show you on the tutorial I'm just doing them all in the same colour, which in this case is white. The row we're going to start on is row 19, and as I said I'm going to work these rows all in the same colour, which is white. So we're going to start as always with a slip knot onto your hook, and we're going to start in the corner. So there I've got the slip knot. Now in the corner space, which is between the two, we've got two clusters and then a chain space and two clusters. We start between those clusters. We're going to start with a single crochet, chain 2 and another single crochet into that same corner space. We're going to do a front post half double around each of those two clusters, and I'm going to half double in the next 13 stitches. There's the 13th stitch. So we've now come to the first front post stitch that we did on the previous round. Into that front post stitch we're going to work 2 popcorns. So as before, I don't think we've done popcorns on this one, so it's 4 doubles, 3 and 4, and then we take out the hook, put it into the first stitch, the top of the first stitch, and catch that loop, pull that loop through and pull tight. And we always do a chain 1 to fasten off the popcorn, and then we're going to do a second popcorn into that same space. So again, 4 doubles, and then take out the hook, pop it into the top of that first stitch, pick up the loop, pull it through, and a chain 1 to fasten off. So we've got the first 2 popcorns and they're sitting in this front post stitch here. We're now going to work 3 half doubles over the next 3 stitches. So a half double is yarn over, pick up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3. So there we've got the 3 half doubles. We're now going to do the same again, the 2 popcorns into this front post stitch here, followed by 3 half doubles. We're going to do that another 4 times, so we'll have 5 sets of 2 popcorns. So if you want to pause the video at this point and work your 2 popcorns 3 half doubles, 2 popcorns, 3 half doubles, 2 popcorns, 3 half doubles, until you reach this last front post stitch here where we do the last set of 2 popcorns. So I'll meet you when we get to that point. Once you've done the last set of 2 popcorns, you should have 5 sets of popcorns altogether. I've just realised I've only done 1 on that one, so I'll go back and rectify that. Once you've done the last set of 2, we're going to work 13 half doubles in the last 13 stitches, and then as we did at the beginning, we did a front post half double around the 2 clusters from the previous row. So you'll need to do a half double, a front post half double around those last 2 stitches, and then into the corner where we started with the single, you're going to do a slip stitch. So I've come round to the corner where we started. I've done the 13 half doubles. I'm just going to do the last 2 stitches of this round, which is a front post half double around each of the 2 clusters from the previous row, and then just join with a slip stitch into that single. If you're going to do the same as I've done on mine and use the same colour yarn for all the rows with the popcorns, you don't need to break off your yarn at this point. We'll just carry on with the same colour. But if you're doing it like I've done on the other blanket, doing each row in a different colour, just fasten off as normal and you'll start the next row in the chain space there. So on this next row, because we're going to go into the corner, I'm just going to slip stitch into that corner to start the next row. If you're starting with a new colour, you will work 2 half doubles, chain 1 and 2 half doubles into that corner space. If you're working in the same colour, I'm going to do 2 chains, which is going to count as the first half double, followed by a half double, chain 1 and then 2 half doubles, all into that same corner space. We're now going to half double 16 stitches, so don't forget that first one that's a little bit hidden. So I've done the first 16 half doubles for this row. We're now going to work a half double between the 2 popcorns, so just go into that space between the 2, and we're going to do a half double into the next stitch, which is the first half double after the 2 popcorns. Oops, start that again. So we've done 16 half doubles, and then we've done a half double between the popcorns. We've done a half double into the next stitch. So we're now into the middle stitch of these 3 half doubles from the last row. We're going to work 2 popcorns into that next stitch. Don't forget the chain one to finish off the popcorn, and then a second one into that same stitch. So we've got our first set of 2 popcorns. We're now going to do a half double into the next stitch, a half double between the next 2 popcorns, and a half double into the next stitch. So that brings us again to this middle half double of the 3 that we did on the previous row. So we do the same again, 2 popcorns, and then it's a repeat of what we've done previously. So we're going to work a half double into the next stitch, and then a half double between the popcorns, and a half double into the next stitch. And we're going to do that another twice. So we've got 2 popcorns in the next stitch, and then 3 half doubles, 1 in the first stitch, 1 between the popcorns, 1 in the next stitch, and then we're going to do 2 popcorns in the next stitch. So I'll meet you when we get to that point. So we've now, where we had 5 sets of 2 popcorns on the last row, we've now got 4 sets of 2 popcorns on this current row. So again, we're going to do a half double into the next stitch and a half double between those last 2 popcorns, and that's going to leave us now with the 16 half doubles, the same as we did at the beginning of the row. We're going to do the same. So the first one falls straight after those 2 popcorns, and then just work the 16 half doubles to the end. There is a written pattern for this row available on Ravelry if you want to carry on and finish your blanket before the videos are all uploaded. I will put the link underneath the video. So there's the last half double, and I'm going to join into that first half double that started the row. Again, for the next row I'm going to use white again, so I'm just going to slip stitch into the corner space. If you're using a new colour, you can start in the 2 chain space again for the next row. We start exactly the same as we did on the previous row. So for this I'm going to do 2 chains, which is going to count as the first half double, and I'm going to do a second half double, chain 1 and 2 more half doubles. A slightly different start to this next row. We're going to skip the first stitch, and then we're going to work 19 half doubles. So we skip that one and work 19 half doubles, which will bring us up to the first set of 2 popcorns. Just do a quick count there. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There's 19. So the next half double will go between the popcorns, and then we do a half double into the next stitch. So the next 2 popcorns are going to sit directly above these 2 popcorns that we did on the first row of popcorns. So just work 2, 2 popcorns into that stitch, and then the same as before, we're going to do a half double into the next stitch, a half double between the popcorns, and a half double into the next stitch. And we're going to repeat this 3 times. So where we had 5 sets of popcorns on the first row, we've got 4 on the second. On this one we'll have 3. So the last set of 2 popcorns will be here, and then we're going to do a half double between the popcorns, and then we're going to carry on to the end of the row. So I'll meet you when we get to this point here. And I've now done the 3 sets of 2 popcorns, so we're going to work a half double into the next stitch and a half double in between the 2 popcorns. We're now going to half double 19 stitches, and as we skipped the first stitch on this row, we're also going to skip the last stitch so that it keeps the sides equal. So the very first half double is into that stitch after the stitch that we've done between the 2 popcorns, and we just carry on and work the 19 stitches to the end of the row. So again, I'm going to do as I did on the last row and just slip stitch into the corner. We're now working on row 22. On this row it's slightly different because we're going to work in double crochet rather than half doubles for the 2 sides, but we'll still use the half doubles where we do the popcorns. So I'm going to start with 3 chain. That's going to count as the first double. We're going to do a second double, chain 1 and 2 more doubles into that same space. We're now going to skip the first stitch again as we did last time. We're going to work 22 doubles to start this side. And the 22nd row, the 22nd stitch will just sit before the first of the 2 popcorns. So we're going to double in between the popcorn, and then we're going to work a half double into that first stitch. We're now going to work the 2 popcorns again. Actually, I've done that one in the wrong stitch, it's the one straight after the popcorns. We're now going to work the 2 popcorn stitches above this popcorn here. So there's the first set of 2 popcorns. We're going to do the same as before. We're going to work the half double in between the popcorns and another half double at this point here, and then the 2 popcorns again. So where we've had 5, then 4, then 3, we've just got 2 sets of 2 popcorns. So if you want to do those 2 sets, and I'll meet you when we get to that point. So I've worked my 2 sets of 2 popcorns. We're going to work a half double into the next stitch, half double between the popcorns, and then we're ready to do the last 22 stitches to the corner, and we're going to skip the very last stitch and then join with a slip stitch into the first stitch of the round. That should be 22 doubles. Sorry, I think I might have said half doubles, but we did doubles on the first side, we do doubles back to the corner. So we're now ready to do the last of the rows with the popcorns, you'll be pleased to know. We're going to join in the corner as before, and we're going to work 2 doubles, one double, 2 chain and 1 double, and then for the sides we're going to skip the first stitch and we're going to double crochet 25. So just be sure that you don't do the 2 doubles into the corner. 1 double, sorry, no, I've made a mistake there. It's 2 doubles, chain 1 and 2 doubles into the corner. I do apologise for that. I'll start again. So into the corner space we're going to work 2 doubles, chain 1 and 2 doubles. And then along the side we're going to skip that first stitch as we've done on the last couple of rows, and we're going to work 25 doubles. that brings us to the first set of 2 popcorns. Going to half double between the 2 popcorns. We're going to do a half double into the next stitch, and then we're going to work 2 popcorns into the next stitch. So where we had 2 sets of 2 on the last popcorn, on this one we've only got the 1. So we're going to half double into the next stitch and half double between that last popcorn of the side there. We're now going to work, we're now going to skip the first stitch, which is the stitch straight after the popcorn, and we're going to work 25 doubles, which will take you to the corner space, to the corner again. And as always, all 4 sides are exactly the same as this first one. So I'll let you pause the video at that point until you get to the end of your row. Once you've completed that row, that concludes part 3 of this particular tutorial. I think after all of the popcorns that you've done, it's quite enough for one video. Just check on each side that you've got 5, 4, 3, 2 and then 1 of the popcorns, and I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you'll meet me again for part 4. Thank you for watching. See you again soon. Bye.